Hey, this is the Fight Nerd, and joining me now is Kahleem Poole Tejada, who we're actually at this preview screening of his movie coming out, NY MMA, New York MMA, which is going to be premiering at the New York Bronx Film Festival coming up in about 2 weeks. So, Kahleem, just tell us a little bit about first your background, because I know you from originally you're making your highlight videos, and then this kind of went into a whole new route. So let's talk a little first about your past and how you got involved in mixed martial arts.
Well, I've been involved in martial arts my whole life. My father practiced karate, and then I started taking kung fu, and then get into sanshao. From there, I got into MMA with jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing. I was heavily into catch wrestling at one time, and then just blends and started dealing with a lot of gyms, and it was right up my alley. So.
All right, now I remember actually this NY MMA was a little webisode series you were doing, episodic series about different parts of MMA, and I guess it kind of just spun out into this bigger movie. So tell us about how that process came along.
Well, it was originally, in the long run, going to be a feature film. I wanted to essentially combine the series into a feature film, and then the guys from the Bronx Week Film Festival contacted me, and they let me know that they wanted to actually have what we had for the actual festival. I just scrambled together because I had so much footage from the MMA Expo. I had stuff from the different gyms, my old gym, so much stuff, so much content. And from there, it was pretty much easy to put everything together. I just had to go through all the archives, make sure everything was on point, essentially tell the story of what was going on with Brad, with New York Combat Sambo, and then showing so much from the rest of the gyms in New York City.
They mentioned Brad Desir is the star of the film, or one of the stars, we should say. So give us a little overview about what the plot is of this film.
Well, without giving away too much, the plot is essentially just education. That's the main aspect. Education. I guess my original tagline was education in a classy manner. I didn't want to have it where it was too much about, blaring rock music and crazy tattoos and all of that jazz. It had to be, mostly about jazz. It had to be soulful, it had to be personable, and going into Brad starting from an amateur into the pro circuit. There's a lot more involving a lot of really notable stars, notable faces involved in the sport. So definitely got to come and see it to understand the rest. But yeah.
All right, now you've got, of course, filming from all over the place. You're at the Tough tryouts, you're at M1 tryouts, you're at Strike Force things here and there. A lot of traveling. So tell us, who was and you talked to a lot of people, who was the most surprising person that you talked to that said the most honest thing about mixed martial arts in New York?
It's got to be my boy Josh. I'm a huge fan of Josh Barnett. Yeah, huge fan of him since I found out he was heavily into anime, and he came out with the Hokuto no Ken intro from Pride. So, I'm a catch wrestling mark, and hearing his view on it, I was surprised that he was so connected to everything that was going on here and how much it angered him, and I really wanted to catch that. You just wouldn't expect it because he's all the way on the other side of the U.S., but he was just straightforward. He was more New York than most New Yorkers I know, and I just really loved that, and I definitely would like to get a chance to talk to him again. Hopefully he'll go out with us to dinner because he wasn't able to the last time at the old Strike Force thing. So yeah, me and Paul, I got a beef with you.
Me too, just because. Right now, I also want to talk about, hardcore MMA fans are going to see this movie no matter what. But what about mainstream fans in New York, or just people who don't even know what MMA is? Do you think this is going to appeal to those people?
That was the original aim. It's easy to appeal to us, martial artists, MMA fans, of all sorts. But to educate someone like a soccer mom, let her understand what everything is. So I had to break it down to the most bare bones ABC terms. Understand what is mixed martial arts, what's the essence of it, what it entails, and really show what the actual athletes are like. No disrespect to the other artists out there that create the films, but it needed to be more from the heart. Not just show slow motion punching pads, not a few taglines with a black background. It had to be something that really connected with them, from how they woke up to wiping the crust out of their eyes to actually showing them as a human being. So when you get to that point, then the general audience, the casual audience, can really connect and really understand it. So they're not just saying, "Oh, that's Ultimate Fighting." Like, okay, that's MMA. This is this. This is that. So that's how I feel. That's how people got me in certain things, and that's how I feel you can get the same way.
All right, now how can New Yorkers go and see this project?
Well, right now it's going to be at the Bronx Week Film Festival, which is going to be in the 16th. We'll be there the very first night, so you can come on down. It's going to be at the Bruckner Bar and Grill, and we'll be helping host the entire event. Just come down. It's going to be a lot of guys from there. Of course, all the East Coast, everybody. So you just come down there. We're going to try and push it even further, see where it can go. We're getting some big talk, a lot of positive talk in our favor. So it may go a lot farther than I originally planned. So just wait and see.
Well, that's definitely a good thing because we'd like to see MMA in New York, and your movie will definitely help push that. And I got to say, the full review will be up on the website a little bit later, but even just for a documentary on its own, not just about MMA, this stands on its own. It's a good piece of work, so I'm really proud that you did this. It's awesome. You guys better go see it. Kahleem, thanks very much for your time today.
Thanks you, man. Thank you.